Hello and welcome to Let's Play Fire Emblem Three Houses with me, Choco Billy. So let's do a few interactions with the guys first, shall we? So let's go top to bottom. Edelgard, your bond with Edelgard has deepened. Try listen. Oh, that's just basically that. The little white text box means that they've got something to say. But can't initiate it right now. Alright. Okay. Yay!
Linhard, at least try to do some training. Use a staff, or a rod, or a broom, for all I care.
Funny, I actually just gave him a staff, a healing staff we got off one of the battles.
My apologies, but I cannot train right now. I have plans for later and don't wish to tire myself. Caspar invited me to train with him, you see.
A likely
You
story.
slept through the whole debate, didn't you? Fine, I'll summarize it for you.
Not the whole debate. I closed my eyes only after I knew what reading would cover the topic.
There you are. Don't tell me you were sneaking out to do some training.
Of course not. I was sneaking out to avoid you. How did you find me this time?
A mere coincidence. Why would you wish to hide from me?
Because you're an awful nuisance? Why do you pester me so?
To ensure that your talent is not wasted due to your lack of...
It's none of your business how I spend my time or how I use my talent. Have you assumed the role of my mother? You overplay the part. She was only half as overbearing.
What is the matter with you? As house leader, I'm trying to prevent you from causing trouble for yourself and our classmates.
Fine, I'll try harder. Really. I'm sure you see all this as my interfering with your duty as a leader. Have you considered how it feels for those of us who serve below you? You are a serious pain, you know.
A little harsh, but
How so?
at least she seems to be taking it as constructive.
You're like a mother who insists on accompanying her son to his own knighting ceremony.
That's taking it a bit far, don't you think?
No, I'd say that it's putting it lightly. All your interfering is greatly hindering my research.
I see. Very well. You've made your perspective perfectly clear.
She is determined, that's for certain. Alright, Hubert and Caspar. This is sure to be
You
positive.
were rather quiet in the last battle, Caspar.
Well, that's because you're a dick to him.
Not a single war cry to be heard. It was almost as if you weren't even there.
I did it just for you, Hubert. Isn't that what you wanted? Weren't you the one who said my shouting would cause problems?
Nice to see that the characters' interactions do carry forward and it's not just random conversations.
Yes, I was. And at the time, you seemed intent on ignoring my advice.
Well, that was then. Recently, my behavior caused trouble, just like you said it would. I was shouting the other day and some enemies heard. I pretty much gave our position away and left us open to attack. I mean, it turned out fine in the end, but someone could have died if things had played out differently. Anyway, I did some self-reflecting and realized that I probably shouldn't shout so much. A decision that I'm proud to say I came to all on my own.
All on your own, huh? It was a bad decision. Being too quiet on the battlefield is extremely dangerous.
I'm sorry, what? That's the exact opposite of what you said before.
Because your teammates need to know where you are.
Having seen you fight in silence, I have no choice but to accept the truth that your shouting is vital.
What in the world are you talking about?
I kind of get the impression that
We've all grown used to the way you fight.
Hubert is taking the piss a little bit and just toying with Caspar.
Your battle cries help morale, and your instructions rise above the din of battle. I would go so far as to say that the soldiers under your command would be lost without the guidance of your booming voice.
I really don't get you, Hubert.
You inspire people. The benefits of your shouting outweigh the risks. Something wrong?
Yeah! If you want me to shout, then I'm I'm not even gonna think about it! I knew you'd come around!
Don't get too excited. You'll be ambushed again.
Then I guess I'm gonna have to fight some guys while shouting!
That might have been the wrong approach. Oh well. No cure for stupidity.
Hey, he's not stupid, he's just
I
enthusiastic.
suppose I'll just have to rein him in myself.
Don't understand that. Everything Hubert says has got such a dark tone to it. Alright, Ferdinand. Ooh, Ferdinand and everyone. Alright, Ferdinand and Lindy.
Linhart, there you are. Observant as ever, Ferdinand. What can I help you with?
You have been utilizing clever tricks to give me the slip, but not today. Prepare yourself. A noble cannot escape from his duty. Hold these words in your heart.
It seems you really mean it this time. I suppose I have no choice but to outmatch you.
Finally, a little enthusiasm. You are bravely stepping upon the path of nobility. Let us begin.
Come now, Ferdinand. Don't be foolish. I can't possibly train with you. I have places to be.
Wait! I will not allow you to get away.
I can't run anymore.
Just admit defeat.
Can't we? Just a minute. Ferdinand, let me catch my breath.
Well, maybe just for a moment. I am surprised you could run so far. I had assumed that all that lounging around would have dulled your constitution. But I had a difficult time keeping up.
The fear of having to exert myself really helped.
And in doing so, exerted yourself.
You're none too slow yourself. It's been a while since I ran like that.
It does it not? Well, how about we say that thrilling chase was your training for the day? If you will excuse me, I am going to run even more, so I can catch you next time.
After all the running you already did, that's our Ferdinand. You always give everything your all, don't you?
Ah, they're friends.
And what is wrong with that?
Nothing whatsoever, Ferdinand. I mean that.
Yeesh. Linhart being positive? This is bizarre. Kind of touching though, I guess.
Bernadetta, if you have a moment, I would like to discuss what happened before.
My nemesis! The hour of fate arrives.
I am not here to hurt you. You need not even open the door. Just listen to me.
I don't have to open the door? Is this a truce? Okay. I like truces.
Thank you. I would like to apologize for sticking my nose into your business the way I did. I thought you might be unhappy all cooped up in there, and that maybe I could help. But I've had time to reflect on what you said, and I realize I was mistaken.
Oh, thanks for caring, but I'm fine actually.
What a reflective episode this is.
I see that. I suppose that is what I'm trying to say. I should not have pushed you to do something that you did not wish to do. And for me to frighten you like that? That was unbecoming conduct for a noble.
Maybe a little bit.
Frankly, I am embarrassed by my behavior. I disgraced myself. As for my injury, you need not feel guilty or afraid. The sprain was a result of my own thoughtlessness, not anything you did. I have always strived to be a good person. But I suppose all that striving was for nothing. I have failed in my duty as a noble.
Ferdinand?
Yes, Bernadetta?
I don't really know much about this sort of thing. But you shouldn't say things like that about yourself. It wasn't all your fault, you know. I'm to blame too. I hurt you. And I'm sorry.
Really, it is fine. It healed quickly.
And it wasn't for nothing either.
I am not so sure.
I do like my time alone. Actually, it's more of a need. But you're right. I also need to venture out every once in a while. Maybe if I work as hard as you do, I can try to
Yes, keep working at it. You are already much more outgoing than you used to be.
When I mess up, or even when it's just a bad day, it's hard for me to step outside. I'm too scared. But the next day, I try again. because I know that one mistake doesn't ruin everything. So you're still... I mean, just because you... That doesn't mean... I don't know how to put it, but that's how it is. So, the end.
What a graceful end to the conversation.
Hey! Come on, that was serious! At least I got you to laugh.
Well, at least it seems to be that all the interactions, for better or worse, that Ferdinand has with people are of a positive nature, or have positive outcomes.
Ah, you have arrived at just the right time. Care for one of these handmade treats?
My goodness, Ferdy. When did you become such a talented confectioner?
Oh, Dorothea, I am hardly an expert.
Nevertheless, you have managed to make some tasty-looking treats.
Well, it is the first time I have tried my hand at it. Honestly, there were several unsuccessful attempts preceding this batch. I made these pastries to solve that riddle you gave me. The reason you despise me.
Oh?
You said I was like a bee. The bee is a dutiful worker, just as I am. But the bee inherits a capacious home, with a wealth of honey. Similarly, I inherited my fortune. I did not receive it as a reward for my labor. I surmised that perhaps you'd feel differently about me if I earned something all on my own. That was my plan. To emulate your transformation from desperate pauper to successful songstress.
Probably not the best choice of words, but
All on your
intention
own.
is...
Did you renounce your nobility? Give away your riches?
No, I made these. I obtained all the ingredients on my own, without anyone's help.
His heart's in the right place, but he doesn't quite understand.
You mean you got the sugar and the flour?
Yes. To earn the flour, I worked in the fields. To earn the sugar, I carried a merchant's wares.
Who did the cooking?
Naturally. I took on some extra chores in exchange for use of the kitchen at night.
You put a lot of thought into this, to be fair.
I have to admit, that's impressive. Hey, it looks like you had a bit of an accident. Is your hand okay?
I burned myself a little while I was baking. Nothing to worry about.
Nonsense. That burn will scar you, know.
Oh, she
Wait,
cares about him
Dorothea!
now.
You have yet to try my treats.
Can't you take them with you?
You should be fine now, Ferdy. Big shot nobles have to treat their bodies with care just like the rest of us.
There you go again. Noble this, noble that. Though you did say it with less disdain than usual.
Nothing gets past you. As it were, I may have reconsidered you a little.
Look at Ferdy challenging everyone's perspectives.
You
Isn't
have
that sweet?
reconsidered me? Finally! Just as I had hoped, we are becoming friends. Now then, I propose that we...
I only said I reconsidered a little. And you still haven't figured out why I said you're like a bee. Which is funny, because you look like a bee right now. Bye!
So, I am still a bee. A completely mystified bee.
Alright, one last interaction with Petra. And there's been a
Taking
few
care
of
of
these.
some weapon maintenance, Petra? You seem completely absorbed.
There's been a few of these built up over the past few episodes, so we'll just rinse through
Yeah.
these.
Taking care of the weapons has great importance.
I cannot argue with that. That weapon there, is it from Bridget?
No, it is a weapon of Dagda. But the people of Bridget used them often.
Fascinating. I have read about the weapons of Dagda, but this is my first time seeing one in person.
Lots of weapons and fighting techniques came from Dagda to Bridget.
Ah, so Dagda to the west had a big influence on the Bridget archipelago. I am fascinated by foreign fighting techniques. Would you consider teaching me sometime?
I will. But it is difficult to explain fighting with words. We can try sparring, maybe?
Yes, a practical demonstration. I would be quite grateful.
Let's have our beginning then. Oh? Do you think you have understanding of the fighting techniques from Dagda?
Yes, now that I have experienced it firsthand. I used to look down on foreign fighting styles, but I was clearly remiss. The footwork, the nimble way you shift your weight is extraordinary. I will have to remember those moves for the next time I am in battle. Clearly, you have honed your skills through practice. Your fist felt as sharp as a spear.
Bridget is stuck in between Dagda and Fodlan. It is of much importance to hone our fighting techniques.
A melting
I am of the
pot
royal
of fighting.
family, but I am a warrior before that. I must fight to live and to protect my home.
When the alliances of Bridget and Dagda encroached on the Empire, they were always driven back. But perhaps the Empire's victory was due to geographic advantage or divine intervention, rather than military superiority. Having met you, that is what I think. I cannot help but feel a little disgraced. I held foreign fighting styles in such low regard without ever seeing them for myself.
When I came to
That's
Fodlan,
called being prejudiced.
I felt disgraced for many things that I learned. But there is no disgrace in losing ignorance. We need to be learning and growing with each other.
Yes, by working together we can make progress. And both sides need to look ahead to the future.
Yay! Oh, that was a little bit heavy. Leonhardt's got Bernadetta, Casper's got Petra. So yeah, so these last two should be good.
A little more crimson, maybe?
May I suggest vermilion instead?
Vermilion? I know, I see it. You don't have to say it. I've got no talent at all.
I said nothing about your talent. I simply suggested vermilion over crimson. Do you know vermilion? It's just a softer shade of crimson. I believe it would... Oh, forget it. This is your artistic vision and I am but a meddler. I am going to read my book and leave you to your art.
No, it's fine. Say what you want to say. It's good advice. I'll use vermilion. Thank you.
Surely coming across all these different shades of
Well,
paint
I'd best be heading back.
would be a massive pain in this
Finally
time.
done. I think.
All finished?
Please don't look at it.
Everything looks a bit faded, doesn't it? Ironically, crimson may have been a better choice after all. The sense of distance on the petals is a little strange. Perhaps you should pay closer attention to such details as you paint. A preliminary sketch would do wonders. Still, forget my pedantic comments. You really do have potential. Bernadetta?
Idiot! Hopeless! Wasted charm! Just burn the whole thing, Bernie! Break your stupid brushes and never paint again!
Huh. Perhaps I should have kept my thoughts to myself.
No.
Caspar, that equipment is new. It is suiting. It suits you.
Oh, right. Thanks.
You get more strength each day. I do not want to be falling behind.
I'm impressed with how much stronger you've gotten too. More than I have.
No, Caspar, you are impressing to me. I want to be training with you.
Just hold on, Petra.
What is wrong?
It's your attitude. How can you act so casual around me? My father killed your father. You shouldn't be able to stand the sight of me. You actually hate me, right? That's fine. I can take it. I completely understand. Just be honest. Give it to me straight.
Something, something, the sins of the father are not the sins of the son to bear? I can't remember what it is exactly.
If our roles were reversed, I don't think I'd be able to forgive you. I don't understand how you could
You are not the one who did the killing, Caspar. Our parents had conflict, but we are not them. I have no worry about it. You should not...
I don't need to worry? Impossible! I don't think I'll ever be...
You must. If not, the conflict will keep carrying on. If children cannot forgive, it will not ever have an ending. Is that what you are wanting?
Well, of course not.
Please, give it some thinking. I will be leaving now.
Oh, poor Casper. Oh. Yeah, just... Yes, we know about that. Okay. Yes. So I have repaired everyone's equipment. I've given people some better weapons. Shamir is now part of the team also. Then I thought, yes, I can instruct her. That's interesting. I'm not going to though. Let's go for Linhardt, Edelgard. Start from the top. Yes, I also adjusted some people's abilities. I forget what most of them are. They are generally stat changes, which is always nice. Oops. Yay, perfect. I don't know why it gives you the option to praise if it's just...
It is a long...
Yeah, whatever.
Oh,
She's only level 13. Interesting. I can't say how much I'll actually be using Shamir. I just clicked on the what's the word?
I am beginning to
Hey, he got his 3 stars.
I feel like a new...
Yeah, okay. And one for the spear.
I appreciate...
Recruit. That was the word I was looking for. I just clicked on the recruit for Shamir and she actually decided to join, so can't complain of that. Oh, let's push it up just to... Perfect.
I've grasped it. You're quite the...
Cool. Right, see if we can push this up to A.
I appreciate...
A B+. I thought it was already on B+.
I'm a quick...
Cool. Yeah, let's put Petra's...
I have...
Oh, yeah.
I worked... You are...
Perfect. Oh crap, I didn't mean to press
I have
it.
understood.
No. 2 perfects, can't complain of that. Yeah, let's just push the sword up a little bit further. I also increased or forged some weapons, so my gauntlets are a bit better. The armor slayer that Petra has is... no, I don't. Is better. We had a couple of axes, a devil axe and a killing axe. I think that's what they're called. So now we've given them to our respective axe wielders, Caspar and Edelgard. Yes. I think I'm happy with everyone as they are for now.
Professor,
Oh. Like you just the way you are, Caspar.
Oh, it's you. Out late again, I see. What brings you here?
Yeah.
I just wanted some fresh air. There's a lovely breeze tonight. I always wander outside when sleep evades me. I see. Well, don't let me keep. I should get some sleep too. Have you ever felt a sort of longing for the outdoors? I have. There are times I long for the warmth of the sun, for a sweet breeze on my face. Do you remember what I told you the other night? About my past? None of my siblings had a chance to lead the sort of life they deserved. An ordinary life.
Probably not the best time to joke.
My siblings and I we were imprisoned underground, beneath the palace. The objective was to endow our bodies with the power of a major crest. I have always possessed the crest of Seros, inherited through the Hresvelg bloodline, but it was only a minor crest, and most of my siblings bore no crest at all. In order to create a peerless emperor to rule Fodlan, they violated our bodies by cutting open our very flesh.
Eesh.
Now
Brutal.
here I stand, the fruit of that endeavor, Edelgard von Hresvelg. But that came at too high a price. The others were sacrificed. Ours weren't the only lives devastated by that terrible process. Innocents died as well, without even knowing what they were dying for. And there you have it, the truth of the Hresvelg's empire. The Prime Minister and his gaggle of nobles. They had the empire under their thumbs. My father, the Emperor, tried to stop him, but it was futile. My father was nothing but a puppet on a string by then. He was powerless to save us. I know how it all sounds, but when you see my true strength, you will know I speak the truth. I have kept it hidden all this time, but I will reveal to you the power of my second crest.
Ooh, there's two.
It is the same as yours, the crest of flames. When it manifested for me, I swore a silent oath. For the sake of my family, and for all the poor souls whose lives were traded for my existence. For their sake, I will build a world where such meaningless sacrifice is never again sanctioned. As Emperor, I will change the world. I swear it.
Interesting. I wonder what story ramifications that shall hold. Ooh. Ooh, Hanneman. Go on then, Prof. What you got to say?
Ah, Professor. Always a pleasure to see you. I wonder, might you have a moment to chat? Come now. You have no need to be on guard. I'd never cause you harm. You're far too valuable a specimen, well, that is to say, too valuable a member of the Academy staff. Indeed, the further my crest research progresses, the closer you come to learning the truth of your heritage. Is it not so? When I learned you bore the lost crest, the very crest of flames itself, I set about learning everything I could about your past.
Did you get yourself a PI?
What was the origin of your bloodline? How have the events of your life been shaped by your lineage? I became somewhat obsessed, I must admit.
Yeah, we have our first fan. Yeah.
Nothing so crass as an investigation. No, I researched. I spoke to mercenaries whom you've worked with in the past to learn about your life before the Academy. Of course, I also contacted Gerald and his mercenary friends. Your father does keep rather interesting company. I'm excited to share with you what I learned, but I do ask that you correct me if I am mistaken on any account.
So here we're getting our backstory told to
The
us.
story begins with Gerald serving as captain of the Knights of Seros. There was a woman at the monastery with whom Gerald was quite close. At first, it seemed obvious this mystery woman was your mother. Alas, that cannot be the case. The timing is all wrong. As it was told to me, the woman in question passed away shortly before Gerald left the monastery. Yet your birth occurred sometime later, while Gerald was taking work as a mercenary. This, of course, presumes your age is accurately reported. If you were born sooner, well, the story would be quite different, would it not?
Yes.
Oh, I am aware. You two were certainly enigmatic as far as mercenaries go. For example, Gerald never once spoke of his time serving as captain of the Knights. That's quite a secret to keep for all those years. In the end, your old acquaintances had little definitive to say about either of you. However, they all agreed on one thing. Your father and yourself were a strong pair. Warriors to be respected and feared. You in particular. In fact, many came to know you as the Ashen Demon. They say you would destroy your enemies without a hint of emotion on your face. The mercenaries I spoke to revered you as a living legend of sorts.
Nice that you're only now starting to hear about this.
So, that is what I learned. And I admit, it is barely more than I knew before. The next step in my research is to ask your blood for answers, and hope that it is more forthcoming than your past acquaintances.
What bloodline do I have apart from my dad? Cyril's birthday. Yeah,
Thanks.
flowers. Take care enough to have a tea
Working
party
together
with him.
works for me.
Let's do it together.
Yeah.
Hi, Professor. That went really well.
Oh yeah, got some smithing stone. Oh, Ferdinand's so close to leveling up.
I'm getting closer. I think I got it.
Ooh, I wonder what that does. Cool. Right. I want to say have a lecture? What is this day? Sword and Shield of Seros. The Alliance has requested aid from the Monastery. Knights of Seros are low on personnel. Alois and Shamir decided the students will have to suffice. Oh, really? I would like a seminar. But we have the Battle of the Lion and Eagle. Eagle and Lion, whatever. On the following day, so I don't want to do 2 fights, but that quest would be nice to complete now. And you get Shamir and Alois. 7 up. I'm doing a 7 up. And it should be focused on... kind of feeling this one just because the most people get use out of it. Yeah, let's go for it. So bizarre that a professor can be tutored by another professor. Like I say, there's special edition at Dining Hall. Partake in the festivities? Yeah, why not? In the next episode.